Greetings, horse racing fans. So, I'm adding Gallop Racer 2001 to my video game movies. And I chose this game. Uh, I had originally played Gallop Racer for the PlayStation 1. And I myself have always been a very avid fan of the sport. I grew up around Belmont Park and Aqueduct Racetrack in New York. And I recall the first race I really paid attention to was Goer versus Sunday Silence in the Preakness Stakes of 1989. And I've been a fan ever since. Now, it wasn't until that they made this game that I was finally able to experience a video game or anything that came close to fulfilling this need for me to have some sort of immersion into the sport. Let me just go ahead and turn the sound here, the music off. Ah, there we go. I'm not exactly fond of the music for this game, even though it brings back nostalgic feelings about it when I played it 20 years ago. But I mean, I'll keep the sound effects for purposes, recording purposes. But as I was saying, this game finally gave me a chance to participate in a way. I'm too big to be a jockey. I ventured into another career path like a trainer, although I did think about that. But I thought that perhaps I would have had to start off as a groom, and it would have interfered with my schooling at the time. So what happened next was actually in that it was a Belmont Stakes Fair in 1989, and I saw in one of the booths that they had a board game called Quarter Pole, and I don't know if any of you racing fans remember such a game, but anyway, it was a board game where you had a racetrack, and you would move around 6 or 8 little horse markers around. It was pretty interesting, and I played that for countless months. I don't even remember how long. It was around high school, and I made my own board with a racetrack, and I could even play that game myself, just on my own. I mean, I treated it like solitaire, in a way. And then years later, along comes Gallop Racer, and it was like a game made in heaven for me as a fan of the sport. Now, my personal opinion is that I always loved Gallop Racer 2001 the best. It seemed like their breeding and racing was taken a little bit more seriously, in, in my opinion. Um, in subsequent editions, it seemed like they inserted a little bit more of an arcade feel to it. And what really, I still remember, really turned me off to it was, when a horse would get its burst in the stretch, uh, and it would create this like these speed lines, cartoony speed lines, like the horse was going through a sonic tunnel of sorts. and I just couldn't handle that. I'm like, no, no, I still like Gallop Racer 2001, and here we are with Gallop Racer 2001. And I just started a game the other day. I got two horses, Caching Cart and Shore Reel. I have it on hard mode, and it's a game mode where it takes a bit of time to get to breed high level horses and start winning the grade ones. Um, but it's a good challenge at the beginning, and then after you get going, of course, you can pretty much win everything on the calendar. But it never gets old. Not for horse racing fans, and I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and start entering my horses here in some races. Let's see. Shore Reel. Currently, he's at the peak of his powers, or her. I'm sorry. She's a filly, a 3-year-old filly. So I'm going to go ahead and enter her. Now, the last race that I entered her in was a grade 2, and she finished 4th. So I'm going to bump her back down to a grade 3. I guess in real life you could say, well, we're having her regain her confidence, and there are no grade 3s for quite a while. That being the case, I might have to enter her in another grade 2 or an open green race. Let's see. 5 to 8 furlongs, and she's more of a turf runner. Well, there's the Young Mile Cup. I'm not going to put her in a grade 1 though. Not right now. Well, the Holly Shock Stakes. Guess I'll put her there. Shore Reel. Okay, let's go ahead and enter her in either dirt or turf. 7 to 12 furlongs. Dirt or turf. There we go. Top 2 go to the Golden Derby. Okay, so this is a prep race for the Golden Derby. And, well, let's see how this colt does. And if he does well, we'll go ahead and enter him in the Golden Derby. Now, I don't have much confidence that he will do well because his growth rate graph here is he has a long way to go until he peaks, and he has no wins. So we're just gonna try to get his rank up. Okay, I'm 19.2 to 1. So I'm somewhere near the middle here as far as the long shots, and the favorite is Streaker J, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Here we go. It's an off track. I don't remember if my horse loves off tracks or conditions that are not sunny days, but we shall see. I don't want to get caught all the way on the outside here, so I'm going to try to come into the on the inside as much as I can. I'm falling behind here. This horse does not like that. So my spinning triangle here is orange already. That doesn't bode well for me. Having such a wide trip throughout the race, I'm pretty. I'm. I don't have any hope for this race, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to beat up my horse too much here. Well, this one's partly me. So I got a grade of B. That happens really anytime you don't get a rocket start. Um, but the control, C, was pretty much because I didn't have the horse who likes to be a stalker up in the stalking position. And I was caught um, like 6 or 7 wide throughout the race, so I'll take part of the blame for that. Now, with this one, I feel more confident with this one, even though I'm kind of a long shot here as well. Well, Shore Reel is at her peak, so um, that's where she'll be providing the income for the stable at this point. Rank goes up, that's good. So my goal here at the beginning of this new game is to just get as many jockey points as I can accumulate, and thus keep buying increasingly better racehorses. in order to breed some good homebreds. Okay, let's see. 7 to 12 furlongs. Pretty much dirt or turf. We'll put them in the herb stakes. Oh, my odds are not as high as I thought they would be. So I'll keep an eye on Doc River here. Not a bad result for cash and cart, considering. Obstruction. So I got hit with an obstruction there. Now I believe it's the horse that was right behind me, to a little bit to the right, but one thing the game gets wrong here is that if a horse comes up to you from the rear, you are still hit with an obstruction, even though you didn't get in their path. They just ran into you. They should have found another path. But that's something. That's one of the flaws of the game. Uh, no game is going to be perfect. Personally, I'm a 3D artist, and I've been wanting to make a horse racing game myself, for which I would need a small team and some programmers, of course. But it would be nice to have commands a little bit more, add more to the simulation, such as like changing leads and other aspects of a race that you know is in the realm of a jockey's tasks. I don't know, perhaps um, switching goggles in the mud, that kind of thing. Okay. Sure, real. You are my only hope. right now. Okay, 5 to 8 furlongs. 79, 75. We're going to go with a turf race here. 5 to 8. 5 to 8 furlongs. Okay. I think we'll go with a grade 3. 6 furlongs. Yeah, let's try that one. Unless there's a better one over here. No. Utopia Stakes. Sounds good to me. And then Cashing Card. I need him to recover. 22.2 to 1. Those are my odds, and they don't sound very good. Anime Attack is the favorite, so I gotta keep an eye on that one. And that one is a closer, so pretty sure that's gonna put me in a good spot where I could probably close off her path or whoever Anime Attack is. Alright, let's see who Anime Attack is. That is Anime Attack. Number 9 with the blue hood. I probably should have been closer to the pace on that one. A 6 furlong race can get away from you real quick. My rank went down. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, she's starting to wind down. She's after her peak. I'm gonna have to retire her soon, actually. At the end of the year, I'll probably do it then. Alright, cashing cart. 7 to 12 furlongs. And we're gonna try to put him in a turf race. Well, this one's as good as any, I suppose. 7 to 12. What's over here? 8 furlongs. 8 furlongs is a handicap race. Now, if this is anything like real racing, my horse should probably get a break. I mean, he's a maiden, even. So I'm hoping he gets a bit of a break in the weights. Okay. Shore reel. She's not ready yet. So let's go ahead and race cashing cart. Cashing cart 6.9. Okay. Those are some good odds. Perhaps it'll be Cashing Card's first victory. We shall see. Usually, if I can avoid slowing down a horse, I will. I mean, I'm just assuming that the game is as true to life as possible. So I don't want to sap the horse's energy. So what I'll do is I'll tuck them in behind a horse, and they won't move in and bump into into the top horse. Slow pace. I'm gonna get started a little bit early here, if I can. Oh, that horse got the inside rail. Oh, for a moment there, I thought I had a win. And it was at around this moment where I accidentally hit the mute button. So my recording here goes silent. So I'm adding this as a voiceover. Uh, Basically, what I'm doing is picking short reels, next race, caching cart as well. You looking for something within her distance range? With caching cart, I'm looking for something between 7 and 12 furlongs. Uh, Something, an open uh, company race and a non-graded stakes, pretty much. Currently, he is not the best of horses, let's just say. Hopefully, he grows into something, into his abilities enough that he might win a few races. But he has a long growth curve, and that's not going to happen for a while. Let's just say that. So to take advantage of the silence here, while the mute button's still on, and I'm doing a voiceover, um, just wanted to take time to say that I'm adding a few sound effects. For example, the bugle, and playing around with a few things like that when it comes to sound. I'm not sure what will work, what will not work. If anybody would like to suggest things in the comment section, that'd be great. Uh, or just having the game sound and music on or off instead, or adding my own. So things like that. I'm going to be playing with that on and off, and we'll see what works best. Well, that was a lousy race. Guess I'm gonna have to look forward to see how this horse does when he hits his peak, which is far off at this point. Okay, I have a better chance here. Philly Shez. Let's see who you are. Oh, I just passed him. Great race by Shore Reel. I needed that one for sure. And I got my rank back up and 4,200 points, so that's good. That's gonna help a lot, and it gave me a new shop. So this is probably a good month to get a new horse. Um, you're gonna have to specify which shop you want to purchase at the beginning of next month when the horses come in. Okay. I'll put him in the, let's see, three and up. Maybe I should just keep him with 3-year-olds, if that's possible. Most of these races are. Oh wait, there's a 3-year-old race, but most of them are 3 and up at this point. Okay, we'll go with the Aurora Stakes here. And then, let's see, Shore Reel. She won a grade 3. I wonder, I'm going to try her in a grade 2. 5 to 8 furlongs. This one's 10 furlongs. Okay, I can't put her in there. No sprint races. So I guess another grade 3 is what it's going to have to be. 7 furlongs or 8 furlongs? I'll do 7. Short reel. Blinkers is the favorite. Here we go. There she is. Or there he is. And just like that, I think my rank will go down. I was just caught so far out. I couldn't get in. I couldn't get her into a stalking position, so that certainly hurt my chances. All right, I'm gonna try to tuck in behind this horse. So spinning blue triangle on the lower left, that's good. Fourth. Not a bad finish for this horse at this point in his career. One last thing I'll do for this play session is go into the shop and see what type of horses they're selling. That I'll have to save up for too. Plum Deer. 6 to 9 furlongs, and she's a closer. Now, normally, um, you have a harder time in this game acquiring female horses that are good. I remember in Gallop Racer 1 that if you win one of the dream races, you could actually get a Cam's Crown, I believe it was, um, a mare that you could breed with. Uh, However, this edition, Gallop Racer 2001, when you win the dream races, you could only get a male horse for breeding. So you have to be aware to always, I mean, to fill your stable with some female horses, enough to breed new horses of your own. So I'm not ready to buy yet. I'm going to concentrate. Usually, I like keeping two horses at a time. That way, I can maximize each horse's race options. And if I can have one that's a dirt horse and another one that's a turf horse, even better. That way, they're not overlapping and they don't miss any opportunities. Um, in this case, I'm just throwing these horses in whatever race they can possibly make some money and win. Uh, Shore Reel, I'll go ahead and retire her at the end of this year. I think, she's past her peak here. But 4 out of 7 races won. That's a good start. This guy, on the other hand, he's gonna have to earn his keep as he improves a little. And once they're both retired, I'll go ahead and cross them and breed a new foal. That will be my first homebred. So that'll be it for today's play session. I hope you enjoyed. This is a great horse racing game. It's really addicting if you're a horse racing fan. There's lots of repetition, but it never gets old. It just never does. I mean, our sport is one that has a yearly cycle, and every year there's the Derby and all the great races that they could win: the Preakness, the Belmont, Travers, the Breeders' Cup races, and it repeats every year. But they're just new actors on the stage every year as well, and that's what keeps it interesting. So hope you enjoyed, and hope you all catch the next play session soon.